Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Kimchica here with a list of indie games that'll allow you to dive into the spooky, the terrifying, the world of horror games. My favorite.
Little
There are classics like Outlast, FranBow, Soma, Little Nightmares, and Inside, but those of you looking to play some newer horror titles, particularly with the indie sphere, you're in luck because we have a list of 5 that are going to be out either right now or will be available by October 31st for your terrifying enjoyment. So let's see what these indie games have in store. Call of Cthulhu. Inspired by a pen and paper RPG, this title draws from the iconic Cthulhu series and Lovecraftian world like many games before it, but seeks to take this inspiration one step further. Nothing is what it seems, and private investigator Edward Pierce is looking into the death of the Hawkins family, but locals and police of decaying island city Darkwater are unfriendly and locals reluctant to share. You can choose your style of play. Will you be a lone wolf investigator, or will you team up with the townsfolk you meet? Will you try to remain ethical in your search, or is stealing okay, among other things? Fighting really isn't an option, so keep your wits about you. Sanity, and the lack of it, will play a large role in uncovering the secrets of the city. Call of Cthulhu releases on October 30th on PC, Xbox One, and PS4.
Sanity is a curse. Madness offers the only freedom.
Visage. Visage is a first-person psychological horror title 4 years in the making and currently in early access. There is a photosensitive warning, so those sensitive to flashing lights may find this is not the game for them, and there's also a content warning surrounding the depictions of violence and themes surrounding alcohol and drug abuse, so this is not a game suitable for all ages. But if this is the game for you, you'll explore a house that's constantly shifting and changing. Terrible things have happened here, and you're exploring the dark past of the families who've previously resided in this house, and they're not happy you're here. What have you done to get them to haunt you? As you try to piece that together, know that you are defenseless. Without any weapons available, you've got to run, hide, and find items that'll help you escape. Maintain your sanity because your wits and ability to tell reality from imagination will help you stay alive. World of Horror. Drawing from the artwork and horror style of Junji Ito, as well as traditional RPG and card game mechanics and early Mac aesthetic, World of Horror captures both the subdued sense of dread as well as outright horror at what you may encounter in this world. You see, this is a world that is dying. The old gods are reawakening. Explore this quaint Japanese town and see if you can postpone the inevitable decay. Each playthrough of this procedurally generated card game-inspired title will keep you on the edge of your seat and returning to see what the possibilities could be. Play the free demo now on itch.io and look out for a potentially 2019 release on Switch, PC, and PS4. The Missing, J.J. Macfield and the Island of Memories. A side-scrolling action-adventure that is not for the faint of heart or stomach, The Missing J.J. Macfield and the Island of Memories is a title worth jumping into if you can handle the very graphic depictions of harm that comes to the protagonist, J.J. You begin with what seems to be a lovely camping getaway for J.J. and her girlfriend, but a dark force separates the two, and in her search, J.J. gains a uniquely helpful, yet very horrifying power. She cannot die. This brings a whole different level of meaning to the saying, if at first you don't succeed, try again, as the puzzles that you must solve and platform your way through seem positioned to kill JJ over and over at every turn, and in fact, harming JJ in many cases will progress you further in the game. But behind the gruesome death mechanic, there is something much deeper and much more thought-provoking to discover, if you can manage it and if you can keep going. Return of Obra Dinn. The creator of Papers, Please, Lucas Pope, has revealed his latest title just yesterday, Return of Obra Dinn. This title had a demo way back in 2014, and like World of Horror, draws from that 1-bit Mac aesthetic, although this gameplay is in the first person and is set on a ship docked in London. What makes this particular ship so special? It was previously thought missing, and its return seemingly has happened without a crew to land it. There are 60 missing crew members, and so you must investigate what's happened on this ship, uncovering hints and clues methodically, utilizing a magic pocket watch that gives you the ability to move back in time and witness the moment of a person's death. How deep will you fall into this mystery?
Come on before she kicks off.
Here, let me help you.
What madness is this?
The light keeps us safe. On a more personal note, being chased in games is probably the most stressful event that I can think of. It's why I don't often play horror titles, and it's why The Light Keeps Us Safe is a game that I had to add to the list. This title takes that idea of being chased and works to evoke that feeling of being so scared you don't know whether to run or hide because you know you'd never make it in the outright confrontation. In The Light Keeps Us Safe, you're trying to sneak past and survive areas filled with killer robots, intent on searching you out and destroying you. While you have the tools to stun or slightly delay their advances, they aren't machines you can readily defeat, and running is the only way to go. Fortunately, the light somehow is one thing that can keep you safe, hiding in plain sight, if you will. And while there is some crafting, upgrading of weapons, and collection of items, most of your time will be spent running and hiding from the robots. Play The Light Keeps Us Safe now on Steam.
The outdoor sections, which you see here, are procedurally generated. That means you'll be facing unique maps each time you play, with randomized traps.
Dark Deception. In a first-person Pac-Man gone totally wrong, Dark Deception is another game that takes the idea of being chased to the next horrifying iteration. You must run through the winding corridors collecting all of the purple shards, but of course it's not actually that easy. Monsters, partially ludicrous and partially terrifying, will chase you, making your goal that much harder to achieve. There's no hiding and no weapons, nothing but your endurance and ability to dodge and occasionally stun the creatures hunting you. Play Dark Deception now on Steam. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, and if you would like more indie game comment, please hit that subscribe button. I also stream live on twitch.tv/Kimchica 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday at about 1 p.m. Pacific time, and I stream on my work channel. I work for a company called Utomic. It's awesome, and I stream there Mondays and Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Pacific time, so come and join me there. With both channels, I make sure to focus on indie games and indie developers, so if you love indies like I do, please come and hang out. It's a really relaxed place, a really chill space, and I rhymed and it's now time for me to be done. Okay. Alright guys, I will see you next time. Have a wonderful day. I hope you're finding lots of indie games to play, and I will see you in the next video.